What's going on, guys? My name is Jordan Brown.
I'm Michael Perez.
And we're realtors, and we're here to answer your burning questions about the real estate market for your entertainment and education as we eat increasingly hot wings. It's gonna be insane. I'm excited. I'm already sweating and we haven't even started yet, so let's get into it.
Let's do this.
This is gonna be awful. Just the fume from this is burning my nose right now. All right, so first one, we have the classic hot sauce, and that's one of 8 today, so let's do it. It's gonna be this one here.
This one on the very left?
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
It's good.
Yeah. Very classic.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, what did you do? So, what did you do before real estate?
Oh my gosh. First thing I did, I worked, I was lawn maintenance at a hospital when I turned 18. And then I was a server for 8 years. So what about you?
Well, I was in the print industry for 7 years. And in my last year of college, I went into serving as well. I actually loved it too. I think serving was probably one of my favorite jobs before doing real estate.
Nice, yeah. Serving was really, really fun and taught me a lot.
So people want to know, how do we know each other and what did we do before we got into real estate?
We met each other at youth group. And I came up to you and I was like, hey man, I need a bass player for my band. And then, oh wait, are you asking me? You're asking me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were like, no, thank you. And I was like, you're gonna regret it. And but you took it so badly.
Yeah, I remember it being a lot more brash than the way that you said it, but yeah, nonetheless, I was already in a band and he had come up and he was like, hey, I heard that you play bass. You should be in my band. And I was like, sorry dude, I'm already with someone. And he looks at me and he's like, you're gonna regret not joining my band one day, and walks off.
But that's how he remembers it. I was like,
no, that's how it happened.
I was like, you'll probably regret it, jokingly. And then in his mind, I was mad and walked off.
Yeah, but true story, it was, I really think if I wouldn't have joined your band, I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this.
Then you would have regretted it.
Yeah, and we were in a metal band together for 7 or 8 years. We got to tour around the country, so that was really cool.
While we were servers and while we were, and while you were working at UPS, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. John and I have been through, we've slept in the same van in 90, 98 degree nights in Arizona.
Yeah, at night.
We've been super broke together. We've lived together. We've been through it all.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, before this, I was at UPS, and then I did serving in college, right, my last year. All right, so for question 2, we're gonna be going to the Bliss and Vinegar.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Pretty funny name. This one actually sounds really good. I'm excited. Let's dig in.
Okay.
I got a bone. There we go.
Oh, there you go. So, out of all the memories that we had, because we grew up together, what was one of your favorite memories in the band days?
From the band days, favorite memory, probably playing at the Whiskey in California.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we got to play for a record label. It ended up being a total scam, but it was super cool getting to go out to California and play at such a legendary venue.
Nice.
How about you?
One of my favorite memories was when we were in Louisiana and the show got canceled, and we went to downtown and we went to this random venue and we're all dancing and meeting random locals. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was super fun because it sucks that your show gets canceled, but we made the most out of it. And I was dressed like a I was wearing a gray sweatshirt and I looked super homeless. it was super fun. Yeah, those were good times. So number 3, Los Calientes. This is from the show Hot Ones. This is what guests typically say is one of their favorites.
Ooh.
So I'm excited for this one. Let's dive into it.
Number 3.
Ooh, I do like that one.
It's got some sweetness to it.
Mm-hmm. It's got good flavor. So, what made you want to get into real estate? I asked you that right as you bit in.
This wing is so good.
Yeah.
I really like this one. Ooh. What made me get into real estate? I was a server, like I said, I was a server for 8 years. Just hated the monotony, and so I quit my job on a whim thinking that we were gonna make it in music, and 2 months later, we made no money. So I told my wife, I Googled how to become a millionaire, which is funny, and it said real estate on the top. You know, like those ads on Google?
There you go, kids.
I know. Just Google it. And it was a real estate course, and so I took the real estate course and then joined up with the brokerage, and honestly, I absolutely love it. Like, I get to eat hot wings and hang out with my friends. For content. Yeah. So what about you? What got you into real estate?
Honestly, it was people like you who've been in it for longer than I have. Like, I think when you were at like your 4-ish year mark, you're like, dude, like you should just do it. And people had been telling me, like, my aunt is in real estate, and she was telling me like, hey, you'd be a great realtor. You should consider it. And so after so many people tell you like, hey, you should try something, like you go for it. And kind of the same thing. I was working at AT&T up until recently, and like you said, I was getting tired of the monotony. Like, I wanted to be able to take that chance on myself, and you can't do that when you're working somewhere else 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
So just bit the bullet, and here we are.
Nice.
All right, dude, your wings are so much cleaner than mine. Now, in fairness, I don't eat bone-in wings very often. I'm more of like a boneless / chicken tender kind of guy. So I'm doing my best over here. I mean, like that, you know.
I'm a professional wing eater.
All right, so for question number 4, hotheads. This one's supposedly a pretty decent step up. Ooh. So in the heatness scale. So let's see what we're working with here.
Let's do it. Number 4. Not bad. They are progressively getting hotter for sure. Okay, so my question for you is, what is your most memorable real estate experience?
Oh, that's a good one.
It's getting hot.
Yeah, a little step up there. Feel it on the tongue, for sure. And we're halfway through.
I'm ready.
So my most rewarding real estate experience so far, I would have to say, is helping my cousin and his fiance find a house.
You're sweating.
Am I? I knew the beanie was gonna betray me, but
okay, sorry, your cousin.
Yeah, so I helped my cousin in this. You know, all you hear about is how like the market's crazy if you're trying to buy. It like kind of sneaks up on you. It's like getting a little bit progressively hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my cousin, I was able to help him and his fiance find a house, which is so awesome because you go from, like, it's so cheesy because we, like, when you do this all the time, you go and you really get to appreciate the experience of, we walked into empty houses together, and then you help them through that process. Yeah. And then you go visit them after you close, and you see them living in this place that was vacant, you know, for a while, and like, they're starting a life, and that's awesome. The fact that I got to be a part of that is super cool. Yeah. And we weren't like super close growing up because we were kind of separated. Like, we weren't in close proximity to each other. And so we got to bond over that experience. Nice. So it's awesome. What about you?
Well, I have a bunch of amazing memories from real estate. One being is, you know, I had a couple closings last year, back in February, about a year ago. And we had that major freeze that happened. And then I had a flip that was going on. We flip houses as well. And unfortunately, I walked in and the whole house was flooded.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was freaking out because I was like, man, this is gonna be, you know, 40, 50 grand of repairs. But insurance was able to take care of it because of the freeze and all. But what's crazy is, around that same time, we were able to help, you know, almost 1,000 families with steak dinners because everybody didn't have electricity, they didn't have water. It was just really cool to use money that was for reserves to help people and to help our community. And there was a mom that was driving through to get her food, and she said, "John, I'm asking for multiple plates because we don't have food to eat tomorrow." And I was like, dang, like
that's how you know you're making a difference there. Like I remember you telling me this story, and like I got chills, like thinking about how you're able to use real estate and use what it's provided for you to help give back in such a big way. And like, it wasn't even something that, like you did that out of the kindness of your heart. And I remember like that attracted me to want to join you so bad.
Yeah. And we're continually doing that, it's like, how do we make an impact, not just from like helping clients, but like the community. So, yeah.
Boom. All right.
Oh, what was the next question?
I would like to point out that John's reaching for water. And
am I not supposed to?
Oh, no, you certainly can. Don't feel any pressure. It's just it's
just a competition.
No, it's not a competition. Like we're in this together, but I will say Hot Ones, the show that this is inspired by, the audience takes it super serious. If like, obviously like the more you can go without reaching for anything, the better.
My bad, I didn't know that.
No,
okay.
It's all good. If you want to drink that water,
I'm gonna put this away.
No, you're not. There, let's move these over here.
Okay.
All right. So in the 5 spot, we got the Señor Lechuga,
Ooh.
which is adobo. Adobo, black lime, and ghost peppers.
Nice.
Excited for the ghost pepper.
Oh, it has ghost pepper.
Yeah, let's go.
Yay. The thing about ghost peppers is it creeps up on you.
Yeah, like I'm getting a false sense of security.
Yeah. It's like, oh, you're okay. You're gonna be fine. And then,
bam.
Minutes later.
That actually has a good taste to it. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't taste that first, but I don't know what flavor component that is, but that's really good.
But get ready.
Okay, so one of the questions was, why should people work with a realtor?
That's a good question. You want me to answer it?
Absolutely. I'm gonna enjoy this wing.
Okay. One of the major reasons why you should work with a realtor is there's a lot of things out there that you probably don't know that will harm your transaction if you don't know about it. So for example, appraisal waivers or option fees, earnest money. There's things out there that you may not know about that you're gonna have to be involved in. And if you have a realtor guiding you throughout the process, they'll more than likely save you more money if you hire an experienced realtor.
I agree, and I think for me, one of my reasons is you're dealing with contracts for really large amounts of money, typically. Mm-hmm. And so having someone who deals with this on a daily basis in your corner that's representing you and your best interest is huge. Mm-hmm. So, I've gotten people that are like, oh, like we're just gonna go unrepresented and work with like a for sale by owner. And it's like, no, like you should be very careful with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because contracts like that are not in your favor. So having someone that can guide you and give you that expertise is huge.
And I know a for sale by owner recently that she finally decided to hire a realtor because she had 6 transactions fail in this market. So she was selling her house and failed 6 times in this real estate market.
Yeah, which should be like the easiest thing to do right now. So,
well, not necessarily easy, but the thing is like if she had someone represent her to protect her from the things that happened, then the 6 times that she put her house back on the market wouldn't have happened.
That's what I meant. Like I'm still good, but like my lips are kind of tingling a little bit. You still babysitting that wing? No, okay, I can't say anything because like let's compare wings real quick. Like yours are so clean and mine needs some help. Yeah. So I won't say anything further. I'm really proud of us though, because I really thought that like this one would have been the one to.
I think the one before it was actually spicier.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I agree. Okay, now we got Batula Fire.
Batula Fire.
This is, super hot peppers and bitter orange. chili jalapeno, smoked garlic, Trinidad scorpion. That sounds painful.
That is painful.
Bitter orange, Scotch bonnet, and chocolate ghost pepper. And I bet it's not going to be like the chocolate that we're thinking of. So. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do this.
That's tasty.
I'm a messy eater, by the way. So question is, how much money do you need to purchase a house in today's market?
That's a good question. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that are probably wondering that too. It's got a good flavor. Like I feel like this is gonna be one of those sneaker ones too. So I'd say like right now, given the state of the market that we're in, you know, between your down payment, as you know, your closing costs, I would say no less than like maybe 8 to 10% of what the purchase price is gonna be, because you're likely gonna have to go over asking, especially if you're in a multiple offer situation. So I would say like, you know, the days of, and it also depends on your area too, right? Like that's why having a realtor is so helpful, is because we can then look at it and go, hey, like here's what things are going for in this area. Right now there's no offers currently, and you kind of base your strategy on that, but very loosely I'd say 8 to 10% is a good rule of thumb for homeowners who are looking to buy.
That's a good answer. You know, a lot of times people thought that you had to put 20% down, but there are ways to pay less. Yeah.
Absolutely, I'm gonna finish this one. This one's good.
A little spicy.
I'm gonna try to make my wing look like yours.
I do want water though.
Go for it.
No, it's okay.
I'm not gonna judge you, I promise. I still can't make it look like yours, even though I'm trying.
Okay. Next question, or next sauce.
This one's bad. Every single episode of Hot Ones, which is where we got the sauces from and what this interview is inspired by, this is the one that induces pain.
Oh God.
Look, it has a nuclear bomb on the label, and I'm not looking forward to this one. So, I mean, let's just get into it. There's nothing to it but to do it, right? Okay. Cheers.
Good luck. I can already feel it.
This might be a water wing.
It just went down the wrong pipe.
Uh-oh. Your eyes are nice and watery.
No, it's definitely hot. All right.
So I think this is a fitting question for this wing. I can already tell I'm sweating so bad.
Dude, I haven't even eaten.
What do you think the 2022 market is going to be like?
Oh, great question for this. It's gonna heat up. I'm just kidding. I think that within the next couple months, a lot of people are gonna want to list their house to take advantage of this market. You are sweating really badly. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great time to list your house to take advantage of. Interest rates are
You're right.
are rumored to go up, and they are going up. And so, yeah, I think that this whole summer, these next 6 months are going to get crazy. Interest rates are going to rise, which is going to slow down buyers. And yeah. What about you?
I'm so glad you asked, John. I couldn't agree more. Oh my God.
The difference between the last one and this one?
Yeah. I feel like oh my God, I can feel like my sinus, I'm crying. Marcus can be, like you said, it's gonna be, I need that water so bad. Are you okay?
It's hot.
I would say, yeah, it's gonna get, I think prices are gonna go up, which is why sellers are gonna wanna put their house on the market. I don't foresee like inventory getting any better, at least for like the next couple of years. So I imagine that prices will maybe steadily increase. I think the rising interest rates, I think rising interest rates are gonna cause buyers some of them to drop out of the market, which may be beneficial for people who are still in the market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I didn't hear anything you said.
I didn't think so. I'm like,
All right.
you know what though? That was actually, I like the taste of it.
Yeah.
I like the taste.
I'm just agreeing.
Okay. So for this last wing, this last sauce, it's called the last dab. And it's tradition on hot ones for us to put a little extra.
Look at this. Zoom in on this. Is that a tear?
There's tears. I feel like my sinuses are going a little bit. So it's tradition to like put a little last dab of the sauce on this last wing. Here you go. All right, we gotta cheers this one. Man, what an adventure this interview has been, and there's no one I would have rather have done this one with. So let's cheers. All right.
The Apollo.
I can tell there's like snot and just awful. Okay. It's hitting. Last question, John. Will there be a market crash in 2022?
No.
What makes you say that? Because I mean, when you like think about it, all the time people are like, "Oh, like I'm gonna wait for the market to crash to do X, Y, Z." So why do you say with confidence that it's not gonna crash?
Inventory as it is at a historical low. I think we need like 3.5 million houses to 3.5 million houses to even fulfill the buyer need right now. They were saying, well, what happens if all these houses foreclose? Oh my God.
That one sneaks up too.
And even if 35,000 houses foreclose, which is the estimate of if it happens, that's like nothing compared to how many houses we actually need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts?
I also think a lot of people compare this market to like 2008, right? And I think there's a lot of miseducation and misinformation out there as far as what caused that crash and how that's different. It's like a wave.
Yeah.
Like I was fine and I thought I was gonna get over it and it just like smacked me. So 2008,
Done.
your wings are so clean. This is so embarrassing. 2008 was caused by subprime lending practices, meaning that people knew, like lenders knew, this person's probably not gonna like fulfill their loan here, but we're gonna give them the loan anyway. That's not happening right now. What's happening right now is that there's low inventory, all this demand in Austin specifically, like in the surrounding area in Central Texas, because of all the big tech companies moving here. I mean, just the other day, like another company announced that they're moving here.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
There's so much sweat, so many tears.
You know what though? I'm really proud of myself because you watch it on YouTube and
I just ate like a piece of meat on the table.
I didn't finish my thought. So it's subprime lending practices that caused 2008. There's totally different circumstances right now that make me believe that there's not a crash. Do I think things are gonna slow down? Possibly, but I don't think they're gonna reverse because you have the rising interest rates, inventory is still low. That's just a recipe for appreciation in your house.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, what are your thoughts on this overall experience?
It was good, man. I love hot wings. These were hot. And we definitely can tell you're not dehydrated because there's a lot of perspiration.
It's a lot of water coming out right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dealt with it a lot better. Your eyes are very glossy. I'm just crying. So we hope this was educational and entertaining for you guys. If by chance you're in the market to buy or sell your home, look at how much fun we are to deal with. We'd love to represent you in the purchasing or selling of your home. Jordan Brown here, John Michael Perez, Impact Property Group. We're out.
See ya.